Ann Kaplan from Mommy, your mama resource from conception to college. Wherever you are in your momming journey, we are here for you. And today, I'm so excited because this week we're talking about money in general, and today especially, my Mythbusters Day. I want to talk to you guys about the scarcity mindset. And what does that mean? Sounds like a bunch of new age mumbo jumbo, right? But it's a big deal, and I'm going to prove it to you with a couple of Mythbusters. And the first myth I want to give you is for moms who are doing a mompreneur. They're doing their own business, okay? And I would totally fell into this category. I still fall into the category of a mompreneur, but I fell into the category of the mompreneur who believes this myth, which is the myth that you shouldn't spend money on your business until your business is making money. This scarcity mindset myth was completely holding me back in my business because I totally felt like I can't justify investing in my business, getting training for my business, having people help me with my business, getting all of the tools and tricks and marketing and stuff like that I needed for my business until my business was making money to justify that expense. Well, guess what, you guys? It's never going to make money if you treat it like a hobby, okay? And that's what happened to me for like the last 9 years. I've been a birth worker and a parent worker. I was basically just breaking even and thinking this mindset that I had that was like, well, at least my business isn't costing us money. I get to do this thing that keeps me sane and gets me to do something that I'm passionate about or whatever, and it doesn't take away from my family. And that was such a messed up mindset to have about something that is actually a legitimate business. And I felt like I was like so meager about it, I couldn't even do it without permission from my husband and justifying every little penny that I spent on my business. I want to bust that myth for you guys right now. The truth is, and I know it sounds cliche, but you have to spend money to make money, and if you're a mompreneur, you need to bust that myth, or you're never, ever, ever going to have anything more than a glorified hobby instead of a business. I promise you, I'm speaking from experience. So that's myth one, and guess what, you guys? I'm building on that. I want to show you how destructive this scarcity mindset is, because the myth that I want to bust for you now is how that same mompreneur mindset spills over into the rest of our lives of like, if you don't bring the money in, you can't spend the money, okay? I had a conversation with my sister a few years ago where she felt like scared to tell her husband that she had bought herself a new pair of prescription eyeglasses because she didn't make that much money that year because she was finishing up her teaching degree. What? Of course you need to buy new glasses. You need glasses. You can't see. And of course her husband felt the same way. She was in her own mind thinking, I don't make enough money. I should be apologizing to everybody, especially my husband, who's supporting us, and blah, 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 blah. Just because you have chosen to put your energy towards something that doesn't make money doesn't mean that what you're doing with your time isn't valuable, and it certainly doesn't mean that you don't have any needs. And I want to explain to you guys that these myths, these false beliefs that we have about our value and money are totally stopping us in every single part of our lives. Not just business success, not just income. It's everywhere, you guys. We are setting an example of this meager, pathetic mama that doesn't need to be. And it's certainly not what we want our kids to grow up to believe about themselves, but we're teaching them to do that all the time when we feel like, oh, I don't make the money, so that means I'm not as valuable. And be honest with yourself. Maybe on paper you don't feel that way. Maybe when you speak out loud you would never talk about yourself that way. But does your behavior back that up? Or are you denying yourself things that are totally legitimate and things that you actually really need because you feel like you don't have value because of your income? Come on, you guys. This is 2018. We should be beyond this belief that value equals money, and money is the only thing that measures value. That is a myth you need to bust. And that's the last part that I want to kind of flip this around for you guys. If you're fighting with your partner about money, if you're fighting with your kids about money, if you're super stressed about money, the biggest myth I want to bust for you about that is that the myth that you think that's about money, because it ain't about money. Okay, sister? If you're stressed, if you're fighting about money, that is not about money. It's the scarcity feeling and the feeling of deprivation that comes along with the fear that we have about money and the concepts that we have about our value when it's tied to money that leads us to fighting and stress and all of this other messed up stuff that we're experiencing when it comes to money, okay? And what I really want for you guys to get from this conversation is this. Scarcity and deprivation have a cost, and the cost of a stressed out, messed up mama who doesn't value herself, doesn't take care of her basic needs, or do the things that make her happy, like happiness, getting help, investing in your health, investing in your well-being, the price of that is too high to pay, you guys. The clients that I work with all the time are walking examples of what happens when you devalue yourself and deny yourselves the things that you think are a luxury, and then wind up in such a stressed out place that your whole family is suffering because of it. Don't punish your family. Don't punish your kids. Don't put your whole family ecosystem in this deprivation mindset because of the way that you value yourself. I hope those myths busted are helpful to you guys because it's super powerful stuff. And I want you to stay tuned all week because we're going to be talking about this scarcity mindset when it comes to birth. I can't tell you how many people scrimp and save for their birth and wind up with a total SH show at their birth because they denied themselves the things they knew were going to help them have a smooth birth experience. You can't afford to scrimp on your birth, you guys. It's a big deal. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And on Thursday, I'm going to talk about do's and don'ts, tips and tricks for allowance with our kids. How do we want to pass on healthy and functional and balanced mindset about money to our children, right? So stay tuned all week long. Love you guys so much. I can't believe I'm finally back with you live. Facebook Live loves to just mess with me. But it worked today. Only took me 6 tries. Tenacity, right? I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Have an amazing week. Bye.